Hi, welcome to the Real Poker Girls of Las Vegas. And today I am here with the amazing Rebecca Scales, controversial right now, Lupe Soto, and we have our special guest, Robert Mizrachi.
Hello.
Welcome,
Yay!
Rob.
Thanks for having me.
So much has happened this summer. I've personally missed out all of Ladies Week sick, which was a disaster. But I'm good now. So, Lupe, what have you been up to?
Well, you're not alone on that. It was just like a whole bunch of people were tagging in saying, I'm still in my hotel room. Can you bring me this? Can you bring me that? And I felt so bad for everybody because we're just like big old petri dish. We have people from everywhere. So I'm so sorry you had that.
It sucked. But I'm good now. I'm ready to go. Becca, how was your Ladies Week?
It was good. I wrote a few articles and...
A few?
Yeah, I wrote a few articles and went to the Poker Stars Ambassador thing with KJ. Let's see, what else did we do on Ladies Week? Oh, we had a Poker Power event that we put on at the Lips event, or the Lips State Championship. Yes. So it was good overall.
Yeah, and who did you upset? Half the world? Half the poker world? Apparently Poker News talked about us. Now I have to watch. Now you're making me watch.
Yeah. I might have upset Poker News just a little bit.
That's okay. That's all right. You know, I think that every once in a while we need to shake up the poker world because I think it's just like the norm, right? Everybody goes around, they say, they've been doing this forever. So they're kind of a little bit soft and cushy. And they think everything that they put out is going to be acceptable. Yeah. But they have to remember there's a whole new market out there. And I think if you look at the whole new market is women.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we got to look at what it is that being portrayed out there and how are we going to invite more women in and
we
how are we going to do that?
Rob's a supporter of women because he's helped me with my shit.
Of course.
He's a purple tie guy.
He was like our first purple tie guy,
yes,
wasn't
he?
I think was it Rob? No.
I thought he was. I don't know.
He
was definitely in the top 10.
Top 10.
Definitely in the top 10.
Our first pro purple tie guy.
And if you don't know what a purple tie guy is, the purple tie guy is the other half of the world's program. It's all the men who support women in the game. And it's the program for the Women's Poker Association.
Yeah, and Robbie loves helping women in poker. You love seeing girls play, don't you?
Of course, I love it. I love to see them succeed and beat the men when I'm not in the pot.
So, okay, just on that vein, who's the toughest gal you've ever played against?
The toughest girl I've ever played against has to be Vanessa Selps.
Yeah,
probably.
That's cool.
You're going to say that.
Go ahead. Cool.
It is cool. But for some reason, I thought it was going to be...
Kristen Foxon?
No.
I haven't played with her much.
You haven't played with
No.
No, but I know she's a tough player for sure.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. No kidding. Vanessa to me is scary, too, so... I don't think I want to be seated at the same table.
But Maria Ho is a good player, too.
She is.
There's, a handful and a bunch of really great players. I mean, especially the mixed game females. I mean, Carol Fuchs she won a bracelet. We played three-handed dealer's choice the year I came third, and she won that tournament. So
wow.
Yeah, she's tough too. So there's.
Do you find it harder to bluff women off pots?
No, I never really. I think that it's harder because women, most of the time could tell when a guy is lying and bluffing. So it's a lot easier for them to realize.
We're all mothers. That's why we have those eyes in the back of our head.
Yeah.
So I tend not to bluff women as much.
That's probably a really smart tip. Is don't bluff a lot of women because when we play in women's only events, all of that goes away.
Right,
so it's
different.
like a kind of a pure game. But definitely we use as anything that we can against our male counterparts when we're seated at the game. So let's talk a little bit about this gentleman over here. I mean, if you guys don't know who this is, then you've been living under a rock. But I'm going to turn this over to you.
Okay, 5 bracelets now. Tell us about your latest win, Rob. Rob just won one this summer.
I won the dealer's choice. It was a really fun event. You get to pick the game of your choice. I usually pick the opponent's weakest games, also depending on everyone's chip counts and how I'm feeling and, how people are playing. And I think it's one of the best events at the World Series. It's very prestigious and it's a lot of fun. And, it's really exciting. And I was happy to get there.
So when it's dealer's choice, you get to choose the game?
So every 6 or 7 hands, the games switch and the button moves around the table.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever has the button gets to pick the games.
But is it a select game?
There's
choice?
21 different choices of games.
21, just
I want to
21.
play that.
What's your favorite game?
It's time to be here.
My favorite game would be
Could we read?
I don't really have a favorite, but my best game is probably Omaha High-Low, Pot Limit, and Big O. And it's where people tend to make the biggest mistakes. I like playing Badusi Badesi too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a higher variance. And No Limit Deuce is probably the most skilled poker game
Wow,
because it's the purest game. And it's all, reading players and bluffing.
So in the 8-game mix, not only do you get to choose the game, but you get to choose what limit you're playing, or is it always?
No, that's
Is it
the
pot
You mean
limit?
the dealer's choice?
The dealer's choice.
Yeah, and the dealer's choice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you get to pick between the 21 games. It's they have pot limit hold'em, they have no limit hold'em, they have pot limit Omaha, then they have limit Omaha High, and then they have no limit deuce to 7. They got deuce to 7 triple draw, Badusi, Badesi. They have all the stud versions: stud high-low, high-low regular, which is a game that's picked when there's pretty much
After you have
players
some
that
information.
don't know what they're doing on the table, so you pick that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay, so when you're like getting, you're getting a stack amassing, I mean, your reputation, probably speaks for itself as a player. Do you have like a formula to get yourself to the final table, like without giving all your secrets away, of course?
well, I like to play with confidence. I like to play small pots. I like to push around the smaller stacks, and try to avoid the better players, unless I have it. But I tend to play better against better players. But because against the bad players, I feel like I overthink
Yeah.
and it kind of messes me up. But heads up, I like a shorthanded game, so I like the dealer's choice because it's 6-handed and it's more fun.
I totally
7
agree with
in.
that. So all of us are pretty much mixed game girls. We don't play
Oh,
Hold'em
nice.
hardly ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you were to give your best advice to a brand new mixed game player, what would you say would be the best games to select?
I would go choose the stud games first and follow the boards. Watch stud. You always want to look at the live cards and high cards, reading the board, knowing what to steal, and it's all about situations. And at Raz, you want to have dead cards. If you have if you see cards out there, so you could be able to put people on hands. It's a lot easier. You got to really memorize the board. And stud high-low, you pretty much want to have, a two-way hand. And then if there's no low cards on the board, represent the high card. And just knowing when to fold and getting those extra bets in and the value bets. And
it's
all
hard to
different.
practice.
A high-low
mixed
regular
games.
is, you got to play just the low hands. You got to avoid high hands at all costs. Try to want to get low hands that make high hands back into them. And knowing
So like
when to
they'll
fold.
make it into a flush or make into a straight. or-
Right. You rather have 3, 4, 5 than ace deuce 7 or ace deuce 8. As opposed to the other way around. If you're playing stud high low, heads up, you rather have the ace deuce 7. Because the ace is very valuable, but not in a high low regular. It's a different game.
All right. So, how do you suggest people get practice? Because there's not a lot of mixed games, especially in Australia. So, online.
I would say play online on a lot of the poker sites for smaller stakes.
Yep.
And I guess keep learning the games and playing with your friends and getting better, improving. I guess putting in a lot of hours and studying, it always helps.
Reading the book, Horse, Getting Started with Horse by Robert Mizrachi.
That'll help too.
That will help too.
So that was a perfect segue. And no, I did not set you up for this.
No.
But I'm just now opening a site, but it's going to be live practice, and it's going to be here in Las Vegas. It's called mixedgameplayers.com. And really, cool. it's just an opportunity for people to get exposed to mixed games. We're going to be doing small practice. We'll go from flop games to stud games to draw games, and in the different sessions. And to be honest with you, I'm a little nervous because it's never been done, as far as I know, in a live setting for teaching. But my hope is that we'll start here in Vegas and we'll be able to just take it across the world, because any mixed game player that plays regularly can teach somebody else. And the only thing that does is it gives us a bigger pool to play in, because it's very hard to find a lot of mixed game players as it is now. So I'm really looking forward to that new little leap for me in teaching people, not just me, but I'm looking for other teachers in other areas to be able to just get this off the ground, because I do travel and I want to be able to find mixed game wherever it is that I'm going.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard for you?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have mixed games everywhere. They only play tournaments really in Vegas. I mean, just at the Poker Go Studios and at the World Series. So there's not many big choices to play. I think sometimes Aria has mixed games too.
The Resorts World has a mixed game at a big limit.
Yeah, Resorts World has great mixed games. I mean, higher limits and lower limits. Yeah. So I mean, you could always play over there.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the little 4-8 over there.
That's fine.
Little 4-8 mixed game.
I'm not judging.
Yes. Yeah. I'm in maybe, by the end of the year, I'll get over to the 8-16. But then there's the private room that they just throw chips at me when I walk in. Oh, here, this is for poker gives. Here, everybody, give me a black chip. And they all give us. It's so nice. They're so supportive of our efforts.
So who taught you poker?
I just learned when I was dealing back in the 90s, and I saw how crazy everyone played, and I just started playing. I played at the casino in Florida, Omaha Hello, and then from there I just kept learning all the different games that people were coming up with over the years, and it's just been fun and exciting, and all the games are interesting. I invented one game, Super Stud High Low. Yeah.
That was you?
Yeah.
Serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Homage. I'm giving an homage. Right.
I don't even know what it is.
Super Stud High Low is, they don't play it at the World Series, but
we play it in
a lot of the mixed games. So it's a really high action Stud High Low version. You get 4 down, 1 up, and you throw away 2 cards, and now you have a regular Super Stud High Low hand. So everyone really starts off with really strong holdings. Mm-hmm. So,
or you throw it all away because it's complete crap.
And then they have other, forms where you could switch the door card and pay extra money. There's a lot of different versions of the game.
And we haven't played that. We haven't played it that way.
Well, yeah, they invented that after. One of my friends, Simon, this Irish guy, he created that because he just wants nonstop action.
So how do we get this at the series?
Well,
I mean, I think
it's being played in cash games right now.
Yeah.
I mean, every mixed game does have that option for that game, but
right. Yeah, every mixed game has it.
Tournament.
It's a fun game, and there's a lot of action. People also created that as Raz Deucey, Deuce to 7 Raz, and different versions of other stud games.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
My favorite game?
Your favorite? I mean, favorite mix, not our regular games, but in a mixed game.
Well, back home at my buddy's game, we play 49 and 0. It's a lot of crazy action.
It is.
And Yeah, you don't want to learn those games. So basically,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We play it. We play it. And you're
Yes.
counting points. It has really
Yeah,
nothing to do with like a straight or a flush or anything. It's literally you're counting the points in your hand.
What the cards
And-
worth?
Yes,
Points.
and you're either going for a high score of 49, or which is the best is 4 face cards and a 9. That's a 49. Or you're going for 0, which is all face cards.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's
yeah, we play it differently. We use 0 at 49. We play face cards as 0. So the 4 10s and a 9 would be the nuts.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're completely right. My brain just went out of the.
And
So I was playing 9.
It is 9 a.m.
I was playing 9. He was playing 49. Okay. Yeah, but oh my gosh. That I just have to say that I love that the bigger, I consider, the professionals, the bigger games, that they are just kind of morphing poker a little
Innovating.
bit, because regular poker gets kind of boring,
Yeah,
especially
innovating.
Hold'em. Hold'em is such a snore to me. But I love that the older games, the studs, the razzes, all those things that were being played forever are now coming to the forefront, and people are starting to get exposed to them and finding the joy in them. Because
So much fun.
do you ever play do you play straight up Hold'em ever in your
no, we don't.
recreational time?
No, never.
Neither.
I never play Hold'em anymore. I mean, just in tournaments and high competition tournaments. That's it.
In saying that, 2 years ago, you did win the WPT event here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right?
So you can play Hold'em, just for the record, everybody.
But
Of
don't
course.
don't you feel like when you play mixed games, it makes your Hold'em game so much better? It's like you see it in slow motion almost, I feel like.
I don't know if it makes it better. It just makes it easier to just play all the other games, and it's more fun and exciting. Instead of getting 2 cards, you get 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Even people play double board, which is actually really popular now.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 flops, and people play 6 cards double board. I've seen them play 5 cards. They play all these crazy mixed games now. So they play captain, lieutenant, all
my
the general.
God.
Well, the part of the challenge that I have is that there are different names for the same game. It's like somewhere along the lines we're going to have to standardize some of those names, because it's like, oh, wait a minute, I know that game, but that we didn't call it that, So, yeah, maybe that's the next mission, is standardizing our names. We'll have a TDA for mixed games.
But
Yeah, that
Kind of
that could be a thing, couldn't it?
It could, sure. But I just want you to know that I've kind of followed you guys for years and years. I've been in the industry, and I remember the very first time I met your brother. He was on a final table, and I'm trying to think. I think he won. But really,
Which brother?
Michael,
Michael.
and it was at Bellagio. So I don't know what year that would be, but it was a long time ago.
probably 2004,
Okay.
2003, 2005.
I'll tell you what, Lily was pregnant.
So it was 2004.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the very first time that I met him. As a matter of fact, I think I babysat her because she was not well at that time. But
Could have been.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've watched you guys grow up.
We didn't grow up yet.
Still working on it.
Okay. In the poker world, you're growing up. I was like, your guys have mastered something. And it is very uncommon to have a family where they play poker. Now, who all plays poker in your family?
All brothers, my mother. My dad knows how to play, but he doesn't really play. And
What does your mother like to play?
my mother likes to play online, mostly
Oh.
cash games and tournaments, mostly.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
His mum is more fun than him.
Really? Why can I just believe that? I can believe
That's
that.
about Rob is hanging out
I mean,
with
she's-
Mama Grinder.
That is very true. And I remember her. I've met her once, and
Oh, she's amazing.
she is an amazing.
We're
lady.
going to have her on the pod soon. As soon as she's in town, we're having her on.
That'd be
Because she's
great.
got some stories to tell, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
she has a lot of stories for sure.
Do you guys play as a family? I'm not talking about. I know you all play, but I mean
play.
together.
We used to play on the kitchen table back in the days. We used to get chips out and play some Hold'em tournaments, sit and goes between all 4 of us, my mother and some friends.
What would you play for?
Not much.
Yeah?
Maybe,
$5?
yeah, very, very, very few.
Low stakes.
We played for
Yeah,
M&Ms.
very low
so.
stakes.
Well, we used to play for candies
my
too,
grandma
but
played for M&Ms when I was a kid.
That's fine.
I would eat them all and I would lose. It was a problem.
So how long had it been? So you won a bracelet this summer. How long had it been since the last time you won?
Haven't won one since 2016.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's 7 years because there was no 2020 tournaments. But I came close a bunch. In 2019, I came 3rd and 4th. Last year, I came 7th and 6th.
Wow.
And then this year, I came 5th and 8th with the bracelet. And then 2017, I don't remember. 2017 was a stressful year because I was going through some stuff. Woman stress, and 2018.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
Women's
Personal
stress?
questions. Women's stuff.
They opened up the can, baby.
He opened the door. So tell us. Let's get to the nitty
No.
gritty.
I want to finish hearing about this first.
No, it's just
You keep getting there. So this was.
Well, I mean, 2017 would have been a great year, but I just
Well, off you
that's
go.
okay. That's okay.
I had won 3 years in a row bracelets, 14, 15, and 16, and then 17. I don't know.
Okay. So how many bracelets total do you have now?
5.
5? And they are all WSOP?
Yeah.
Do you have any other titles from other?
Yeah, WPT.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't play any really ring events, but I might in the future. We have them in town. But
Where's town for you? Where's your hometown
Florida.
right now? Now you're in Florida.
Right. Thinking about moving to California.
Oh,
Oh,
We'll
wow.
see. I don't know yet.
less humidity.
Yeah, it's different.
Closer to
Changing.
Vegas.
Closer to Vegas.
Yeah.
And
Hop, skip, and a jump, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you
very
have
nice.
family in Vegas like we all
I have
do.
family in California, Vegas,
Vegas, yeah.
Florida, of course. I have family in other countries
Mhm.
and all over
Me
the
and
world.
Oz. So tell us, are you married? What's the story? What's happening there?
No, I'm not married. Just dating. Have someone that I really like, but I don't want to discuss it now.
No, we don't have to mention names. So you're off the market?
Yeah, definitely off the market.
Okay.
Aw,
Oh,
that's so
cute,
nice.
isn't it?
Aw.
Well, that's
But-
good.
Yeah, and getting ready for the main event, and hopefully it'll be a great finish for the year.
What day do you play?
Today.
Today.
And he graced
It
us with his
like-
presence
it
this
Oh my
morning.
gosh.
I'm not waking up at 9, 10 o'clock and not playing, that's for sure.
I really appreciate you doing that.
I know, he's a
That's
legend.
amazing. That is so great.
Are your children interested in poker at all?
Thank God, no. But I mean, I don't mind them playing as long as they have some good career or so they have something else going on and make poker second instead of first, like all of us did.
Yeah. My kids couldn't tell you a spade from a club. They have zero idea, but
That's good.
they support what I do. So that's
always
all that
best.
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Your
great.
kids, Becca,
My kids?
they're supportive of us.
Oh, yeah. My kids think that we're awesome.
They think it's very glamorous. And I'm like, my daughter doesn't anymore because she actually runs the circuit with me because she runs the Poker Gives merchandise booth and stuff. So she knows the seedy part of poker and everybody's schlepping in and whatever. But yeah, my son, he's like, wow, you can do that. Look at this place. I took him over to the World Series for the first time and
They liked it.
he just was an eye. He's like, all these
know.
people pay this kind of money to play in here?
It's
kind of
crazy.
cute. I like it.
Yeah,
That's
my
great.
oldest son's really into it, which I'm not happy about. But what can you do?
Because
What
her
do I
oldest
do?
son goes and plays with her now at
Yes!
the same casino.
At
He's so
Crown.
young.
He's 18.
Well, it's,
Oh, he's
it's
18.
allowed.
He's 18,
It's allowed in
it's allowed.
Australia.
Oh, that's
and
right.
he's
Yeah.
online. And then he says to me, he's getting the lingo and he goes, oh my God, I keep getting paint. I'm like, how do you know these things? And he's sending me TikToks.
That's cute.
And then he's
cute.
like, how's Rob doing? I looked you up. And I'm like, he goes, how do you know him? Like, so now I'm cool again because I know you. Now I'm cool.
Oh, okay.
I've always been cool, but
It won't last. It won't
It won't
last.
last.
Next week she won't be cool.
Right.
And my little one and Rob's daughter are close friends, and he doesn't give a crap about poker.
No, not so ever.
He watches my laptop online. If I have to go cook, I'm like, just go all in with aces, kings, and ace king. And he's like, I'm all in.
Oh, no.
From the other room.
From the other room.
going all in blind.
Yeah.
But
That's so cute.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not really into it. I mean, he's lost really good friends with Varna. They're so cute.
Right.
Our kids are the same age, so they hang out when we're working, doing stuff.
How
So,
old is
Rob-
Anna?
Vanna's 11. It's my
Oh, so
little
you got
daughter.
a 11-year-old
Oh,
daughter.
wow.
That is I have 2 daughters, so I'm fully aware how this goes. They-
I'm old, so my daughter's your guys' age.
it's a fun age, that tween age. They know
She's
everything,
so
but not
cute.
quite.
Yeah.
She's an amazing little girl, and
Yeah,
you've done a
she-
really good job. A lot of
Thanks.
people don't know Rob's a single dad. Like he got his kids with him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're single mums, but they're single dads too, doing
Yeah,
it just
there
as
is.
good.
For
So,
sure.
Rob, do
It's
you
not easy.
encourage women to play poker?
Yeah, I mean, women would be great at poker. I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun, and they're really good at the psychology part, and they're very smart, intellectual, and they could play all games. I've seen the best women play. I mean, at all different variants of all the games, and I think there's a lot of successful women, and I think there'll be a lot more to come, and a lot of women are tough to play with.
Mm-hmm. How about your daughter? You want to encourage her to play?
I would teach her, but I won't encourage her
Mm.
if she asks me. But I feel like she probably won't play, but I feel like she might because it's going to be around her a lot, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, it's a little hard not to be super exposed when you're her father, and your family
She
is
doesn't
such
think he's cool. Don't worry.
But she's at this age, and add another 6-7 years to that, she's gonna think, hey, my dad's a boss. I mean, it changes.
Yeah, it will.
It does
will.
change,
She's
you know?
adorable.
Yeah,
They're
everything
really
changes.
close. And his son Vitaly's such a sweet boy.
Yeah,
too.
my
Aw.
son, he's 16, so
Oh,
he could almost play soon too. And he's really smart, but he doesn't like to risk anything. So I don't know if he's going to play.
Yeah.
so it's your outside of your mom, the brothers. Do you all play professionally?
Mike and I mostly play professionally. My other brothers, they do play,
Mm-hmm.
but they do other side stuff and they don't play as much, but they have talent. I mean, Eric came second last year. He almost won a bracelet.
So that.
And Donnie made some big cashes.
Mhm.
And all 4 of us cashed in 2010 in the main event.
Wow.
So that was a pretty exciting year when Mike final tabled and
Yeah.
I came in 100 something. And the other brothers min cash, but
But y'all cashed.
we did,
That's unheard of. That's historical.
Yeah, that's not gonna. It might never happen again in our lifetime. We're all. 2 brothers. Yes, it's a lot easier, but all 4 brothers cashing
Mhm.
That's
in the
so
same time, same event.
Many families don't even have 4 brothers.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it again this year. So far, Mike and Donnie made it through day 1, and Eric and I are playing today and tomorrow.
Awesome. Well,
Yes.
we of course wish you the best.
Thanks. Yeah,
It's very, very
it's not
wonderful.
easy.
What's your next thing after WSOP?
Just relax. Taking a break.
Do you
Playing
like to
pickleball.
travel outside of the states for poker as often as you used
I
to?
have a lot of fun destinations. I mean, I went to Melbourne in 2007. That was one of my favorites, but
Yeah, Oz.
we gotta go visit.
Aussie Millions.
But I love Barcelona. I think that's one of my
Oh.
top 5 destinations. They got like a really good tour there, and there's a lot of fun things to do.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah, and it's very beautiful. So I love fun destinations where you could do other stuff besides play. Bahamas is always nice. It's only a 40-minute flight from Fort Lauderdale, so it's a lot of fun too. It's also a lot of fun things to do there. And Vegas is not my favorite. Feels like you always get in trouble here, but
it's fun for a different reason.
California is nice too. I like playing a couple casinos in California. There's always fun things to do. It's easier to get out of the casino. You know, it's always nice if you driving 30 minutes away and not being in the casino all the time, as opposed to like Vegas.
Especially Southern California, you can go to the beaches and all the.
And
I mean, Northern California
course.
has beaches too, but not like Southern California.
Right.
They're not as lovely.
Right. It's different. But there's a lot of fun destinations to play in Europe, all over.
Wow.
That's so great.
Any more questions? Because Rob's going to go play the main event now.
I know. I'm so excited for you. We hope that we get to come and rail you.
Yeah, that'd be
You
nice.
know, that
I
would
mean,
be-
I hope I get deep. I just got to get through every day, you know? I mean, it's a long journey. It's 7-10 days of playing. Yeah, it's
It's a lot.
It's
And
a lot.
the numbers are insane. I mean, getting
People,
through, when I see
yeah.
how, everybody gets down, it doesn't seem like, for me, like I'm looking at you go in there and you see the sea of people. And then when you start seeing the tables break down, you realize, oh, shoot, they broke down 10 tables at once. So the numbers change really rapidly and, to get to the next day. And
right. It's all
very
about
different.
surviving. It's a different tournament. It's not like, it's a very, very slow structure. It's a 2-hour level. So you really have to.
Are there hands that you see that look sexy, but you would never play them?
I mean, in the first level, I like to see as many flops as I can for really cheap because you have like a lot of chips. You got like 500-600 big blinds deep. So, the 5-6 suited, the small pairs, they bring more value, especially in a looser table where you could get one guy to put in his money in with one pair and you got a set or 2 pair or some kind of crazy straight. So that's where you pick up a lot of value on the first few levels of the main event. And then from there, you want to pick up chips and just, try to steal pots. And there's a lot of strategy.
It's harder
So-
because it's a freeze out, right? You can't.
Well, no, there's no rebuys in the main event.
So you can't
It's
go
always
as
a freeze out.
crazy. Yeah.
It's not about going crazy. You got to pick your spots. You got to, really outthink everybody, play your best game, be patient, never give up. Just, strategize and just stay focused.
I see a lot of people, you say stay focused. I see a lot of people who appear to be distracted when they're wearing headphones and they're looking at their phone and doing all that stuff. What do you do to stay focused? That's a long time.
I like to study players when I'm not in their hands, like what they do or how they're thinking or what they're betting or how much they're betting. So there's a lot of different things that you could focus on, like when they're weak, how much they're betting, how they're throwing in their chips, how they're looking at their cards. That's like my strength of the game,
Is reading people.
reading people, reading the value of their hands,
Yes,
pretty much.
That's a good point, Lupe, because there's so many GTO chart focused players. Do you do GTO or?
I study it a little, but I think it's more important to focus on, the strength and the weakness of people in the game, especially when you're playing against players in the main event where they're not so strong or they're really like basic players. So it's a lot different. GTO is great, I guess. Most of the time, especially against, strong players. But against weak players, you really have to be at a different level and you really have to study and understand the way they think and play accordingly.
Oh, that's
Wow.
valuable.
I will write all that down and memorize it.
You can go back and watch the recording.
Yeah, that's
The
so great.
masterclass in
We
poker.
definitely wish you the best, though. I'm
Thanks a
sorry.
lot.
I was going to ask you, do you ever get nervous?
No, I don't get nervous. I mean, I've played, at the highest level. I mean, I think the one time I got nervous was on our 2010 final table when our whole family was watching, when Mike and I made the final table in the 50K. And it was kind of heartbreaking to be the chip leader. I was upset that they changed the final table to no limit hold'em because I felt like, back 14 years ago, my advantage was the mixed games, and I had the most chips. I mean, but before we started, we already all knew it was going to be no limit on the final table because it was posted on ESPN, which was exciting. But it was heartbreaking. I got a little nervous when Mike called my all in, and my whole family was watching, and then he knocked me out. He got lucky on me on the turn, but.
Does he hold it over you?
No, but I was happy he won the tournament with the chips. I was upset the way I played the hand, but it is what it is. I mean, that was probably one of my few moments of being nervous and kind of like, knowing that one of us is going to get knocked out. That's how it is. Hopefully it was going to be heads up, but
Yeah.
And then I
But
had
how
to reel him.
fabulous that somebody in the family still won it.
Yeah, that was amazing. It was fun, but
Yeah.
So there is competition between the brothers always.
No, there's no competition. We always pull for each other. We don't really. I mean, if we're heads up, obviously we're gonna play our best to beat each other. But at the same time, I mean, I feel like one day it might happen.
That would be
Hopefully in this tournament, but
We can hope for it.
But outside of poker, there's no competition. Like things you
Like
guys did growing
pickleball.
up, like
Pickleball,
yeah, like
yeah.
pickleball,
No,
like
my other
girls,
brothers
like
don't really
nothing.
No?
Mike's got the girl department locked up. My other brothers and I, we're more laid back and relaxed, and we just. But Mike's definitely got the girl department on lockdown.
That's so cute.
Michael was supposed to make it this morning, and he
Yeah.
didn't.
Michael would like to announce Michael is now our feature sponsor of the podcast for not making it today.
Oh, that's right. Right? Didn't we have a little agreement? If he didn't show up, he's going to be our sponsor. That's so great.
Well, any last questions for Rob?
No, but I definitely want to send you all the best juju possible for your game today, and hopefully we'll be able to come and rail you at the final table. That'd be fab.
You make the
That'd be
final table,
amazing.
we'll be there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I should. I mean, I'm gonna play my best. You gotta really win your flips. You gotta really steal lots of pots. You gotta, get lucky in very different. Your bluffs gotta hold up. Everything, all the situations.
All the
have to-
stars have to align.
Right. Yeah. You
Yeah.
just gotta accumulate chips without risking it all in.
Well, we wish you the absolute best and look forward to that opportunity to rail you.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's a long journey. This tournament is
Grueling.
it's many days, and it's tough on you. It's not easy. And you just have to focus and play your best.
Do you have any last words for all the ladies that watch us with their poker journeys?
Just play your game, be focused, have fun at the tables, and play your best.
That's awesome.
That's
Thank you so
cool.
much.
Thank you, Rob.
for coming. I know,
Anytime.
it's hard to get you, and it's amazing you came for us. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you.
Yes,
Anytime.
we do.
And
Our purple tie guy.
hopefully we'll have him back and he would have another bracelet because 5, 6 would be good. Then you
6
can
is
beat
good.
Michael.
It's never enough, according to Helmuth.
Whatever.
Well, I want you to get 6 so then we can rib Michael about it that you're 6 now.
Nah, it's all good. There's no competition. It's always good because it encourages Mike to get another one. He had a shot in a 50K again, which was amazing. He made the money and he finished I think 14th or 13th, and he was really close.
That's so great.
Have you
Yeah.
ever been out of a tournament in record time, like you just got out right away?
Yeah, of course. Everybody, comes in and gets knocked out. Gets coolered or
Or
plays
somebody
bad.
gets lucky.
Yeah, somebody
ya.
could get lucky
That
on
happens.
you. Yeah, it happens a lot. You flop a set, somebody flops a flush draw, and nothing you could do, and you lose.
Right.
But yeah, of course.
Well, I'm sure all the ladies are rooting for you, and I know you're itching to get there and get in the game.
I'm actually not itching to get there, but
Crack me up.
I just hope I have a good table and the
Good.
table lets me do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be watching this after, maybe.
Do you get put on the feature table right away, or how does that what
No,
makes that happen
it
exactly?
all depends on who's playing that day, but I don't think I'm going to be on a feature table. It depends if there's someone else that's really big in poker, I might have a shot to get there, but
You're pretty big in poker.
I was going to say, that's very
there's
humbling.
there's a lot of tough players out there, a lot of good players. So, but I mean, I don't know if I want to be on a feature table on the first few days. I don't mind being on day 5 or 6, but on the first few days, I just want to do what I got to do. I don't want to see what I don't want people to see what I'm doing, and
No, I don't blame
That's
you.
smart.
That's
Yeah,
I would. I don't know if I would want to either.
That's smart.
Just kind of thanks so
Till
much,
you
but
get
nothing.
Do you get any choice in that, or do they just say this
no,
is what you're doing?
you don't really have a choice.
No, they take the whole table. They just pick
take
a
the whole
table and they just
they
put everybody
put
on
it
there.
a feature table. Yeah, I think they have like 2 or 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. You got to play. I do better when I'm not on a feature table, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we do wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to coming railing you.
I want to see a bracelet again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
well, this is the
wearing
one to
them.
get it.
I was like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only bracelet I'll ever see is a little bling bling going on here, but
This
we
is
really do
the
appreciate you.
one.
I know
Thanks
it's
for
hard to
having me.
take your carving out your time. This is a busy time, and we really appreciate you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I'm Tatiana Fox with Lupe Soda, Rebecca Scales, and Robert Mizrachi, and we are the real poker girls of Las Vegas.
That's right.
And Rob is Purple Tie Guy.